Atlanta hums with motion under the orange hue of sunrise, and Kendra Miller moves through it like she owns the rhythm. Her beauty supply store, Crowned Glory, just hit record sales, and her phone won't stop buzzing with "proud of you" texts. Tyrone, her man, lounges at her apartment, blasting trap beats while she balances invoices and dreams. She believes she's finally found peace, love, money, and recognition. The kind of peace her mother said only discipline could buy. The morning smells like success and shea butter, but beneath the laughter, something faintly hollow echoes. Kendra thinks it's just exhaustion. Tyrone thinks it's another reason to celebrate. Everyone around her feels full of her shine, but no one's feeding her spirit back. Later that night, Kendra's apartment smells like fried wings and cheap champagne. The music's loud, the laughter louder. Tyrone's boys are over, talking big about investments and moves, none of which seem to happen beyond the couch. Shanice's voice cuts through, hyping Kendra up as the real boss. Everyone's toasting to her success, but nobody's helping clean the mess. Kendra feels love, but also a strange pressure, like being the glue holding a shaky frame together. When she mentions wanting to save for expansion, Tyrone waves it off, saying, "You got time, baby. Live a little." Kendra laughs it off, but deep inside, something whispers what happens when the money slows down. At the store the next morning, Kendra hides her tired eyes behind sunglasses. Her customers adore her, each one calling her sis, praising her hustle, but her mind drifts. Her bank notifications flash withdrawals for Tyrone's, business meetings and Shanice's, emergency bills. Still, she pushes through with grace, greeting every customer with warmth. When Darius, the accountant who comes by for beard oil, compliments her consistency, she blushes. His calm presence feels rare in her loud world. "You ever take a break?" he asks softly. She laughs. Breaks cost money. That evening, Kendra visits her mother in South Atlanta. Mrs. Lillian's house smells of collard greens and cornbread, the kind of comfort that never asks for payment. They sit in the living room, gospel low in the background. Lillian eyes her daughter carefully. "You giving too much, baby. They supposed to love you, not what you give." Kendra smiles, brushing it off, but her chest tightens. "Ma, I'm just helping my people." Lillian shakes her head. "Help is when they meet you halfway. You carrying them." Silence lingers between them, heavy, familiar, and true. Driving home, Kendra watches city lights blur through her windshield. Shoosh. Her phone buzzes. Tyrone asking for gas money, Shanice sending a Cash App request. Just until Friday. She exhales, glancing at the skyline she worked so hard to reach. For the first time, the view feels distant. The silence in the car grows louder than the music. She turns off the radio, whispers to herself, "Maybe I gave too much." Then she grips the wheel tighter, forcing a smile into the night. The next week, the shine starts to fade. Kendra's energy wanes as the favors pile higher. T's new sneakers, Shanice's rent, a cousin's loan. When she finally says she's tapped out, the air turns cold. Tyrone's lips twist into a smirk that feels more insult than smile. "You acting funny, Kay," he says, voice laced with ego and expectation. She laughs it off, but inside she's aching. Her kindness was supposed to buy loyalty, not distance. When she looks at him, she doesn't see a partner. She sees a passenger. And for the first time, she wonders how long she's been driving alone. At the shop, the conversations with Shanice shift. Where there used to be laughter, now there's teasing with an edge. Miss Boss Lady acting stingy now, huh? Shanice says, half joking but all true. Kendra forces a smile, but her heart sinks. She offers to grab lunch like old times, but Shanice's eyes glaze over, muttering about plans. For the first time. The store feels too quiet. The silence between the shelves hums with realization she is the only one showing up without needing something. Later that evening, Kendra sits in her parked car outside a restaurant where Tyrone said he'd meet her. 40 minutes pass. He doesn't show. She checks her phone. No missed calls, no apologies. Just an Instagram story, him laughing with friends, bottle in hand. The realization burns like betrayal. But what hurts more is the silence. No explanation, no respect. She starts the car, blinking back tears. The glow of her success feels like a cruel joke now. She thought she was building a future, but she's been funding a performance. Mrs. Lean's voice fills Kendra's kitchen through the phone. You can't teach people to value what they never earned, baby, she says softly. Kendra wipes her eyes with the back of her hand, staring at her reflection in the dark window. I just wanted them to see I'm not just money, she whispers. Her mother sighs, voice heavy with experience. Then stop paying for your proof. Kendra breathes deep, the kind that comes right before change. Outside, thunder rolls low, echoing her turmoil. The next morning, Kendra shows up to the store early. She doesn't turn on the music, doesn't scroll her phone. She just breathes. When Darius walks in, she greets him softly. He notices her silence, her stillness. You okay? He asks. She nods, voice steady but low. Yeah, just learning who I was to some people. He doesn't push, just smiles gently and says, That's a hard lesson, but it means you're finally seeing. She exhales, the weight on her chest shifting. For the first time in weeks, the quiet feels like peace. Sunday morning, it's different when you're fed up. Kendra sits at her kitchen table, staring at her open banking app. The numbers tell a story she can't ignore. Her generosity has drained more than her account. It's stripped her spirit. With a steady exhale, she closes the app and whispers, No more. She texts Tyrone, handle your own this month. His response comes fast. Wow, that's how you're moving. She doesn't reply. She sends similar messages to Shanice and a few others. Then, silence. The phone that once never stopped buzzing suddenly becomes a mirror for truth. It's the first quiet she's had in years, and it feels both terrifying and free. By evening, Tyrone storms into her apartment. His voice echoes before the door even closes. You switching up on me? After everything I did for you. Kendra stares, stunned at the audacity. What you did for me? She asks quietly. He paces, chest heaving. I've been there, holding you down. Her jaw tightens. No tie, you've been around. There's a difference. The silence that follows is sharp. He scoffs, grabs his keys, and mutters, You gon' regret this. When the door slams, she doesn't flinch. Just breathes. One heavy inhale of peace. Days pass, and the silence grows louder. Shanice doesn't stop by the shop anymore. The group chat that used to overflow with memes and laughter has gone ghost. Kendra scrolls through, her thumb hovering over their names, wondering if she should reach out. But every message starts to sound like begging for the same pain. So she lets it go. When Darius walks in, he notices her stillness. That peace suits you, he says softly. She smiles faintly, realizing he's right. Emptiness can sound a lot like freedom once you stop mistaking noise for love. That night, Kendra visits her mother again, bringing homemade food this time. Mrs. Lillian opens the door with that knowing smile. One that says she's proud but still cautious. Over dinner, Kendra confesses. I stopped giving. Her mother nods, neither surprised nor judgmental. Good. Let them show you what they were really here for. The silence between bites feels lighter this time. Kendra laughs for real. Unforced, unbought. The kind of laughter that comes when your peace finally costs more than other people's comfort. 1 week later, Kendra checks her phone. It's quiet except for One text. "Miss you, sis," from Shanice. She hesitates but doesn't reply. Instead, she puts the phone face down and walks to the window. The city outside moves on just like she is. For the first time, her reflection doesn't look tired. It looks alive. She finally understands love. Built on money crumbles when the money stops. But love built on self-worth, that's where she's just beginning. Days turn into weeks, and the silence that once felt awkward now hums like peace. But sometimes, peace still aches. Kendra scrolls through her contacts, names she used to hear every day. The emptiness hits harder than she expected. She remembers birthdays she paid for, trips she planned, meals she covered. Now, not even a good text. She exhales, realizing she wasn't surrounded by friends. She was surrounded by dependence. Still, there's pain in that clarity. When her phone finally buzzes, it's not Tyrone, not Shanice. Just a notification from her bank app. Balance stable. Soul steadier. Tyrone shows up unannounced one afternoon. Swagger still in his step, but desperation hiding behind it. "You really gonna act brand new?" he starts, voice shaky beneath arrogance. Kendra doesn't rise from her seat. "I just stopped financing what wasn't feeding me," she says calmly. He laughs, pretending it doesn't sting. "You think you better than me now?" She meets his gaze unflinching. "No, Ty. I finally think better of me." His smirk fades. For the first time, he sees the woman he can't manipulate. The silence that follows feels final, an ending disguised as closure. The quiet days stretch out, but Kendra learns to fill them. She goes for walks in the park, visits her mother more often, starts journaling again. There's an odd peace in the routine, like she's finally meeting herself for the first time in years. The loneliness doesn't vanish, it transforms. What once felt like loss now feels like space for something real. She finds herself smiling at the simplest things: the scent of cocoa butter, the sound of her keys in the door, the quiet hum of her store before opening. Peace isn't loud, it's steady. Shanice finally calls after weeks of silence. Her voice is bubbly but nervous. "Girl, I miss you. Let's link up like old times." Kendra smiles politely through the phone. "Old times weren't good for me." The pause on the other end stretches long. "So you not mad?" Shanice asks. "No," Kendra says softly. "I'm just done." The line goes quiet. Kendra hangs up before the excuses come. She looks around her living room. Peaceful, uncluttered, hers. The quiet doesn't feel like loneliness anymore. It feels like ownership. Late that night, Kendra stands by her window, city lights shimmering below. Her reflection stares back at her. Stronger, quieter, wiser. She finally hears the silence her mother used to talk about, the kind that means peace, not punishment. The same people who drained her can't touch her anymore. She whispers, "Thank you for leaving," and means it. Outside, the wind hums through the streets like a lullaby for a woman who finally stopped mistaking attention for love. The silence isn't empty. It's sacred. Morning sunlight crawls across Kendra's room, and for the first time in months, she wakes up smiling. No buzzing phone, no one asking, "Can you help me out?" Just peace and possibility. She brews coffee slow, savoring the sound of her own quiet. At work, she notices how calm her store feels now that she's not juggling everyone else's chaos. Business is steady, her customers loyal. For the first time, she's not chasing validation. The mirror behind the register catches her reflection. She pauses. "You really did that?" she whispers to herself. It's not arrogance, it's recognition. That evening, Darius stops by, holding 2 coffees. "Thought you could use a break," he says. She laughs, really laughs. They sit outside on the bench near her shop, watching cars pass and the sky change colors. "I like this quiet," she admits. "Used to scare me, now it feels like home." Darius nods. Silence tells the truth. Noise just covers it. Their conversation flows easy, like two souls meeting halfway with no agenda. He doesn't ask for anything, doesn't take, he simply shows up. For Kendra, that's new. For once, being seen doesn't cost her a dime. That night, Kendra journals for the first time since high school. The pages fill with gratitude, lessons, and soft confessions. She writes about love that drained her. And love she is still open to receiving. Her handwriting trembles when she writes her final line. Maybe losing them was how I found me. Closing the book, she exhales, realizing peace isn't something you find. It's something you build, one boundary at a time. Outside her window, Atlanta hums low, no longer overwhelming but alive. Like a heartbeat, she's finally in rhythm with. A week later, Kendra joins her mother for Sunday service. The choir's voices rise, and she feels her chest loosen, her heart light. Afterward, Mrs. Lillian hugs her tightly, whispering, "You look happy, baby." Kendra smiles, tears pricking her eyes. "I am, Ma. I really am." They walk out hand in hand, sunlight washing over them. The world outside looks new. Not because it changed, but because she did. Every hymn, every smile, every breath feels like grace. Later that night, Kendra sits on her balcony with a glass of wine, scrolling through her photos. Old memories, familiar faces. She doesn't delete them, just smiles and swipes past. The pain they carried no longer holds weight. Below her, the city glimmers like forgiveness. She whispers, "Thank you, God," for the quiet, and lifts her glass to the sky. The silence answers her with peace. The kind that doesn't echo, it settles. Spring arrives, and crowned glory thrives like never before. Word spreads about Kendra's loyalty to quality and community. She starts mentoring young girls who dream of owning something of their own. Each day feels lighter, her energy grounded in purpose, not pressure. Darius becomes a regular presence, dropping by to help with inventory, share lunch, or just listen. One afternoon, as they rearrange shelves, he says, "You know, you don't have to do everything alone." She smiles softly. "I know, but it feels good to know I can." They laugh, the sound blending perfectly with the hum of a new beginning. Later that week, Kendra hosts a small women in business event at her shop. Laughter, music, and inspiration fill the air. She shares her story, the real one, about losing herself by giving too much and finding herself by letting go. Boundaries don't make you selfish, she tells the young women. They make you sustainable. Applause ripples through the crowd. Mrs. Lillian watches from the back, proud tears glistening. For once, Kendra's giving something that doesn't cost her peace. After the event, Darius helps Kendra clean up, the two moving in quiet rhythm. He pauses, looks at her, and says, "You talk about peace like it's a person you finally met." She laughs softly, wiping down the counter. Maybe it is. Their eyes linger a little longer than before. No rush, no performance. Just two people finding balance in each other's stillness. Outside, the streetlights hum, the city breathing steady beneath them. Weeks later, Kendra and her mother sit in the backyard, garden blooming around them. Lillian chuckles. "Told you, peace looks good on you." Kendra smiles, sipping lemonade. It feels even better. They sit in comfortable silence, broken only by wind rustling through the flowers. "You think Daddy'd be proud?" she asks quietly. Lillian places a hand over hers. "Baby, he already is." The sunlight warms their joined hands. Kendra exhales the kind of breath that finally lets the past rest easy. One evening, Kendra and Darius close up the shop together. As they step outside, the sky burns pink and orange. Dinner, he asks casually but hopeful. She hesitates, smiling. You asking or suggesting? He chuckles. Both. She laughs, nods, locking the door behind her. They walk down the sidewalk side by side. No rush, no drama, just possibility. Her heart feels full, her stride light. After everything she lost, she realizes she never lost the most important thing, herself. Summer brings heat and clarity. Kendra moves through her days with a confidence that can't be bought. Business is booming, her circle is smaller, her peace untouched. Then, like a ghost from another chapter, Tyrone shows up at her store. Same cologne, same grin. Just duller now. You look good, Kay, he says, voice softer than she remembers. I've been thinking about us. She smiles politely, hands folded. That chapter closed itself. He nods slowly, realizing he can't charm his way back into what's been healed. When he leaves, she doesn't feel anger, just gratitude. Some losses are really lessons that finally walked away. That evening, Shanice drops by unannounced, carrying fake smiles and forced laughter. Girl, I miss our nights out, she gushes. Kendra tilts her head, smiling softly. I don't miss the hangovers. Shanice laughs awkwardly, fidgeting. You changed. Kendra nods, her tone gentle but unshakable. That's the goal, Nicey. The tension melts into truth. Shanice's eyes dart away, realizing the old version of Kendra is gone for good. When the door closes behind her, Kendra exhales. Not in sadness, but in peace. Growth isn't loud. It's the quiet refusal to go backwards. Kendra spends more time at community events, mentoring young women and offering free business workshops. One girl asks, "Ain't you scared people take advantage again?" Kendra smiles knowingly. They can't take what I don't give freely anymore. The room bursts into applause, but her focus stays soft, grounded. She realizes she's no longer reacting to pain. She's leading with purpose. Every scar has turned into something sacred. Every boundary, a form of self-love. One weekend, Darius takes Kendra to a rooftop overlooking Atlanta. The skyline glows like possibility. You ever think about slowing down? He asks. She grins. This is me slowing down. They laugh, clinking glasses of wine. Then silence. Gentle, mutual, sacred. He reaches for her hand. She doesn't pull away. It's not dependency, it's connection. She's not rescuing or proving, just existing fully. The wind hums around them. And for the first time, she realizes peace isn't the absence of love. It's what real love feels like when it's healthy. Months later, Kendra locks up Crowned Glory for the night. She steps outside, looking up at the same streets that once drained her. Now, they hum with gratitude instead of exhaustion. She whispers, I made it. Her phone buzzes, this time, not with requests, but with a text from a mentee. Thank you for teaching me how to stand on my own. She smiles, eyes glisten. The same silence that once broke her now holds her like a soft hymn. She walks into the Atlanta night, powerful, healed, and finally free.